And we are away here, and Lewis has got off to an absolutely brilliant start this time. Absolutely phenomenal, complete contrast to the Australian Grand Prix. We're already past the two Manor cars, as you can see, going into the penultimate corner, a very tricky penultimate corner, and we've made two overtakes. We actually seem to be getting brilliant traction. Once again, just the Mercedes on this game. In fact, on this track, it's actually pretty damn amazing. Malaysia is one of the trickiest tracks on the game, but the Mercedes is just bossing it today. See, fast tap of the race. We are absolutely flying here in Malaysia. Very slowly out of the exit of the right hand. We're going to go into this next corner, up the inside of the flying fin, and he's just about made it. No, he hasn't. I thought he defended it there, but he actually came back onto the track and almost made contact. We're going to wait for the DRS on the pit straight and try and make a move going down into turn 1 to try and get our first podium of the season here. But we do actually got the inside of Valtteri Bottas. He tries to defend it around the outside, but it's not enough. So what a drive in the end from Lewis Hamilton from the back of the grid all the way up into 3rd position. Hey guys, what is up? It is StopMatt1998 here, and I am back with the third part of Hammer Time, a career with Lewis Hamilton starting at the back of the grid and aiming to beat our teammate Nico Rosberg and at the end of it win the World Championship. Although at the moment it's looking quite unlikely. I've read the comments in the last episode. A lot of you are still wanting me to qualify, but I think the majority want me to start at the back of the grid. I think what my plan is to do is to qualify for Bahrain in the next episode and see what the racing action's like there, and then I'll make a final decision based on that. If some of you still aren't happy with that, then I'll probably just do a straw polling, and whichever wins out of those two, out of the two options that will be on that, will be what I do for the rest of the series. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the race. So here we are then on the grid for the Chinese Grand Prix. I think we're going to do a bit of a different strategy today. I think we're going to start on the prime tyres as opposed to the options. As you can see, changing from options to prime is going to go to about lap 9 or lap 10, depending on how bad the tyre wear is. Obviously, the tyre wear is notoriously high around this track, so we're going to have to wait and see. As you can see now on the grid, the 5 red lights building up here, illuminated by the drivers. And we are away here for the Chinese Grand Prix, getting off to a pretty decent start actually. I think I'm getting a lot better at starts in this game, as you can see, already gaining positions on both Man and Marussia cars. Now going down to turn, we're braking quite late in comparison to the McLaren Honda Jensen Bus. We've actually made contact there with the McLaren driver. We're going to try and go around the outside. I think that's probably best if you want to gain positions on the AI, because they tend just to stay on the inside line unless they are battling with another car. See, making the move there on the Sauber driver of Felipe Nasser, slotting in nicely now into 14th place, where we get a little bit of oversteer, the car stepping out ever so slightly. You can see Nasser right beside us there, going down into turn 5, I believe this is. You can see actually making the move up the inside of Sergio Perez, who's going very slowly into that hairpin corner. In fact, we were actually forcing out wide here. Hamilton didn't actually spot Perez still there on the outside. You can see a little bit of a replay here. Perez now down into 15th, I believe, because of that. Nasser actually overtook him around the outside, and Perez is now down to 15th place. So a little bit dirty there from Lewis, but I don't think there's really much he could have done about it, possibly leaving a bit more room. But now skipping a little bit later on, we have the other Force India to dispatch, and we just have done that. Hulkenberg now down into 13th, and ourselves up into 12th. So now on the pit straight now, we're aiming to get Marcus Ericsson and possibly even Max Verstappen. Gonna have to wait and see on that one. As you can see, getting an awful lot of understeer actually from the dirty air of Marcus Ericsson. So again, dirty air does have quite a huge effect in this game. But now on the back straight now, in 8th gear, almost hitting the limiter already. You can see Ericsson sparking in front of us here. We're going to make the move up the inside, going down into the hairpin, shifting down into 2nd gear, braking a little bit early to avoid any lockers. But in fact, we still managed to understeer out a little bit wide. In fact, we've made contact with Marcus Ericsson, and Hulkenberg is actually retaking the position from the pair of us here. So great spot there from Nico Hulkenberg. We're going to compose it and go round the outside, and we've made a brilliant move there around the outside of Nico Hulkenberg. Let's have a look at that on the replay. We are now up into 11th position. Obviously, looking at that, I think Ericsson maybe should have backed off, but again, we should have left him enough room, just like the Perez incident. So again, hasn't been the best race so far in terms of driving, but you can see there, brilliant overtake around the outside of Nico Hulkenberg, although I do believe we actually put 4 tyres off the racetrack. As you can see, Ericsson here, not really much he could have done there to have backed out. So to be fair, it was sort of a racing incident, I'd say, not fully Lewis's fault. But now looking at this whole incident from Nico Hulkenberg's perspective, let's have a look at Hamilton going around the outside. Let's see whether it was an illegal overtake. We might have a better view actually from the Sauber of Felipe Nasser, which we might look at in a second. As you can see, Hamilton there just appears out of absolutely nowhere and makes his way up into 11th position. You can see Felipe Nasser here. Yeah, it does seem as if Hamilton did go off the track, but the game didn't actually give us an illegal overtake warning, so we're just going to take it there. But as you can see now, Kimi Raikkonen, currently in 2nd place, who was looking to challenge Nico Rosberg, has now got a front left puncture by the looks of it. In fact, no, it's a front right puncture, sorry, from his point of view. A front right puncture, and he's holding up absolutely everyone here. None of the AI cars are able to get past. You can see we're making up positions here, left, right, and centre. You can see we're trying to work our way through all the cars, trying to get past Kimi Räikkönen. You can see Massa and Bottas are the only 2 cars that have actually got past him. But in this whole process, we have now gained 8 positions from 11th all the way up into 3rd onto the podium here. So again, just a crazy couple of corners there at the Chinese Grand Prix. I'm not sure what Kimi Räikkönen was doing staying on the racing line, but I think the AI should have done better to try and manoeuvre around the flying fin there. But as you can see now, we're in a huge battle for second here between Valtteri Bottas and Sebastian Vettel. But now on this back straight, this is where DRS will obviously be a name, which you can see opening up the DRS now, streaming past Valtteri Bottas here. Really quite an easy move there on the Williams driver. Quite surprising actually, but obviously with the Mercedes car, the straight line speed that it has with the power unit as well as the DRS is really just no match for the Williams with just its Mercedes power unit alone. DRS is actually quite effective on this game, not too realistic actually to real life. I'd say on this game, the slipstream and the DRS is kind of overpowered in comparison to real life. But as you can see now, on lap 7, Nico Rosberg has pitted in. We are now in the lead of the Chinese Grand Prix. In fact, we are understeering out a clear signifier there that our tyres have actually gone off the cliff pretty much. Well, I wouldn't say off the cliff, that's a bit too dramatic. But they are definitely beginning to go off, because even Sebastian Vettel on option tyres, which really should be completely gone by now. But as you can see, Vettel still has a superior pace over us. He's actually on our inside here, going down to turn 5 now. Can he make the move stick here in the Ferrari? We're going to try and hang it around the outside. Going to try and get the best traction possible out of the corners. You can see Vettel actually getting the superior traction. So perhaps that's a clear indication there that we need to pit in this lap for the option tyres, because if Vettel can manage his option tyres all the way to lap 7, then perhaps we could maybe even try that on this lap. As you can see, making a little bit of contact there with the Ferrari. Sebastian Vettel, really close battling here. One insane battle here between Vettel and Lewis Hamilton. Just going to try and make the move round the outside, trying to make it stick there. But Vettel has made contact here with Lewis Hamilton. Now Valtteri Bottas may seek the opportunity round the outside, and that's considerably hurt Vettel there. So he's going to have to try and find a way past Valtteri Bottas, but I think he has actually done that. I think he did that on the back straight with the DRS. As you can see now on lap 8, we are pitting in now for another set of option tyres. But look at this, our team are putting prime tyres on. What's that all about? Well, that's just completely strange. Well, I think really the reason is because I didn't select what tyres I wanted before I pitted in onto these tyres. So again, we're going to have to pit in next lap. As you can see here, the limiter glitch occurring just like all the other glitches on this game. But that's really stupid there, because surely the game should program that I'm on the prime tyres and I want to pit onto the option tyres. So basically what my engineer was saying just literally before that is that the pit window was going to close on lap 7, so that's why I pitted in, and also because the tyres were going off, I thought it'd be a good time to do that. But as you can see now, we've lost an awful lot of time, and pretty much a podium is out of the question now. You can see Kvyat and Fernando Alonso running in 6th place, who's also rejoined ahead of us. So Fernando Alonso having an absolutely exceptional race here for McLaren Honda, but now he's going to be no match for us here on the back straight as we skip a little bit later on to lap 9. As you can see, we're going to get better traction out of the corner, superior grip and traction on the option tyres, and we're going to make the move here up into P6. And now Daniel Kvyat is the next car ahead. As you can see now, skipping on to the beginning of lap 10, and the aim is to now dispatch Daniel Kvyat as quickly as possible. We want to be battling Felipe Massa, Vettel, and possibly even Valtteri Bottas by the end of this Grand Prix. As you can see, going for a very opportunistic move up the inside of the Red Bull driver. I'm going to go around the outside, going to try and hang around the outside here, and what a move that was! Really unexpected. I don't think Lewis's intention was even to make that move there, but he saw the opportunity up the inside. Kvyat left the door open, as you can see on the replay here, and Lewis just took that position, said thank you very much, and he is now up into P5. But as you can see on the replay here, still in P6 at this point, but then makes his way up into P5, and now he's a good 10 seconds behind Felipe Massa. Can he catch before the end of the race? That's the question now, and unfortunately guys, it was just one lap too late. Felipe Massa was considerably slower than us in these last few laps, but it just wasn't enough in the end. The gap was just too large from when we cleared Daniel Kvyat, and it just wasn't possible in the end. So again, another disappointing race really, but again, it wasn't necessarily our fault with the mechanics at our pit stop. But again, I really should have chosen the option tyres before the pit stop, so I will really say that this result was my fault today. But anyway, 5th place, still not too bad from the back of the grid. Again, I think we are going to qualify in Bahrain, as I said at the beginning of this episode. And yeah, we're going to come across the line now for 5th place here at the Chinese Grand Prix. Again, I think the aim of winning the championship is just beginning to slip away from us here, because as you can see in a second, Nico Rosberg did win the race by quite some margin back to Sebastian Vettel, who I believe finished in second in the end, finishing ahead of the Williams driver of Valtteri Bottas. You can see 18.6 seconds in the end, and Nico Rosberg still sealing the fastest lap ahead of us. So again, winning the championship is perhaps a little bit out of the question, so maybe qualifying is a necessity. I really need your guys' thoughts. I know you have commented quite a bit in regards to this issue. I may even make a straw poll link, and that will be in the description. In fact, maybe maybe Quinn, maybe you can leave your thoughts down in the comment section regarding this, whether we should qualify or not for the next race in Bahrain and future races as well. But as you can see, finishing in 5th place at the end, not a bad result looking back at it, considering we had to pit for a second time. But as you can see now, 43 points off the championship leader Nico Rosberg, really not what we wanted. We're actually behind both Williams drivers Felipe Massa and Valtteri Bottas, and we have actually gained a position at the expense of Kimi Raikkonen, who obviously suffered a puncture earlier on. We're still leading the constructors, however, but the main aim of this series is to really just to win the Drivers' Championship, which isn't looking possible at the moment. But anyway, guys, if you have enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.